Sports on Air.
Good evening sa aming mga viewers. Ito po ang amiga ng sports, si Rica Baby Dynamite Aquino, ang kargador ng Katipunan.
At ako naman po, si Cara Pinay Wrestler Malyonga, ang sweetheart ng masa. Nandito na naman po kayo sa isang episode ng Sports on Air Slambook, kung saan kami ay nagbaliw-baliwan, nagtaray-tarayan, at ewan ko kung ano pinagagawa namin sa dalawa. So, ang
Yes.
ating pong guest sa episode na to ay isang strong woman. Ako po,
Yes,
hulaan
very
kaya
special
nila
guest.
kung sino ang ating special guests.
Yes,
Ikaw na ang
yes.
mag-rundown ng mga
Yes.
special talents at special powers ng
Yes,
ating
amiga.
superwoman.
Nako, may kodigo ko kasi marami. She has a lot of feathers in her cap. So, teka, kailangan kong basahin ang mga achievements
Convert na
ng
yata
ating guest.
yan.
Yes. Buong episode. Okay, so today we have our guest, Miss Karen Tanchanco-Caballero. She is the president of the Filipinas Amateur Sepak Takraw Association. She is the first woman vice president for the Continental Sports Federation of Sepak Takraw. She is also currently the vice president of Asian Sepak Takraw Foundation, and she is the former deputy general secretary of the Philippine Olympic Committee. So yes, ang aming special guest, Miss Karen.
Thanks for having me, girl.
Yes.
For her gracing us with your presence here on Slambook Sports. Miss Karen. Oh,
Thank you, Cara.
oh, very
Fans
excited.
ako ng mga kids mo eh.
Ay, thank you po. Miss Karen, we'd like to know you up close and personal. Alam po namin na, syempre, everyone else knows you as the foul-mouthed lady, the dragon lady of Philippine sports. So right now, let's see more of the Karen side outside of sports. Miss Karen, meron po ba kayong nickname?
Karen. Ang pangit nga, di ba? Napaka-timely. If you're Karen, it connotes everything negative. I don't like it.
Meron po ba kayong funny nickname? Like when you were a kid, like did they...
My dad calls me Bonene. You know, nakakahiya until now. Yeah. But that's
Bonene.
just, he gets away with it. But that's just, yeah, and my mom. But other than that, I'm Karen or Miss K to my corporate kids and my sports kids.
So if someone calls you Bonene, you won't look.
No.
Maganda yung Miss K nga, Miss Karen. Miss K.
May mystique,
Yeah.
Oo, short but sweet. Yes. Okay, Miss K, ano po ang inyong zodiac sign naman?
I
Yan
am
natin.
a Pisces. I'm a crazy water girl.
Same! Same tayo!
Nakarelate isa ako. Ay, di ba
Yes.
na? Meron na parang bagong...
May changes daw.
Oo, may
Oo.
changes. Oh, sayang, na-enjoy ko pa naman pagiging Leo. Parang nalipat ako sa pagiging Cancer. So, ay, since water animal yan, anong favorite animal mo, Miss Karen?
Well, I've always been a dog and a recently cat person. Always. I'm a fur mom to 3 dogs and 1 cat. And 2 human kids. Yeah.
It's a big
Punong-puno
family.
ang bahay,
It's a
yes.
big family.
If you were to choose a breed of a dog to represent your personality, what would it be? And why?
You know, my husband would say Rottweiler. Kasi sobrang tapang. But I'm really just a corgi, you know. Meron mga big personality, but I'm really tiny. May big personality. So, yeah.
Okay.
But very fun to be with, di ba? Kasi very
I
playful.
hope so. Yes.
Kala nila high maintenance, but no. Very
No,
playful.
they're fun. But I have 3 Shih Tzu. I call them a Shih Tzu squad.
And
Or
also,
Powerpuff Girls.
Yes, may Shih Tzu squad ako.
ang cute naman.
Miss Karen, well, we know you as someone who, has been actively promoting sepak takraw, but when you were a child, what was your first sport? Like, did you train in ballet first?
My dad my generation kasi parang pag girl ka, you have to try ballet and singing lessons. And pag boy ka, basketball, the usual. And then my parents realized na I wasn't cut for anything graceful. And I tried ballet to save my life, but I really couldn't. And then na-discover nila na mas excited ako every summer if there is tennis lesson, volleyball lesson. There's always something to do every summer, and it's always been geared into sports. Until one summer of, I think, 88. Kasama ko daddy ko sa Rizal. He's doing his work as the president of Sepak Takraw. I was going around, and then right next door to his office is the National Archery Association of the Philippines. And then I said, I think I want to try archery. And I think I was like 12, 13 then. Yeah.
So you
And
did
then I
archery.
Yes.
Interesting. So nag-start pala with ballet to archery. Now, sepak takraw.
Yes. No, but really, I don't play sepak takraw. I don't. It's too rough for me. The athleticism required is very demanding. But I've always loved biking. And recently, I've tried running. Well, running is okay. Biking is okay. I couldn't swim to save my life. I tried triathlon, but I realized mas gusto kong duwa. Until now, I've been leisure. I've been into running and biking for fun purposes.
For talaga, diba? Pero iba ka, well-rounded different kinds of sports.
Yes.
True.
Sport, game na game.
Game.
Woman of Philippines.
Correct. Opo. So, aside from sports, in school naman, Miss Karen, can you describe your school life to us? What was your favorite subject, or what subject were you really excelling in?
I was a pain in the ass in school. I wasn't really academically gifted as I wish. Although they say, you're not bobo, you're just lazy. Something that doesn't interest me really just comes in. I'm bad in math. So I always say, don't math me, I panic. But I love social studies back in the day. I love history. I love geography. But
social
as
science.
a student, social science. But I think, given na ngayon, I would be classified as underachiever academically. Sobra.
Sa lagay na yan, Miss Karen, sa dami.
Academically underachiever. My God, don't talk about math.
Normally, di ba ganon? Parang, kasi who are very passionate, sometimes they have selective attention spans Parang, hindi ko naman yan. Diba?
Parang it's like saying ADD. Parang ganon. Parang ADD.
Yeah. Even nga Albert Einstein, di ba?
I think back in my day, there wasn't really a term for anything. If you're just tamad ka lang or bobo ka lang. Ngayon, meron ng dyslexia, may ADD, meron ng kinder term for things like that.
Yeah, I guess because there's a lot of available resources right now and also a lot of studies. Sorry,
that's right.
Like before, na parang, ako, ayaw niya mag-aral. Nako, ganyan, tamad yan. Ayaw niya
tamad yan, bobo yan. Diba?
Pero you were just really a rough and tumble kind of girl, no? Yung outdoors talaga yung gusto mo.
I wasn't really classified as all sugar and spice and everything nice. I knew even as a kid na much as I really want girly stuff, hindi rin ako all the way girl. I have mostly men. I have boys. I have a brother. I have cousins who are really boys. Growing up, even exposing myself to the athletes of my dad. He was also in the service. I've always been comfortable in the presence of the other gender. So I'm not really your usual damsel in distress.
We have a lot in common, Miss Karen.
Kasi ngayon before parang kinakategorize lang as either girly ka or boyish. Pero now parang you don't have to be either of those, diba? You can be in the middle.
But back in the day, kailangan you wear pink or it's just blue.
Totoo.
I think I was 8 or 7 when I was gifted with a bike, and I loved it so much, my BMX. And it felt like that's not really a girly thing. Pero talagang there's so much love riding that bicycle. And I know it's not your usual, but that's fine.
Yeah, opo. We don't have to fit a mold naman eh. No? Yun
Yeah,
na
but back in the day, it was different, ha? I mean, ngayon, encourage siya eh. Pero dati, parang nakatomboy. May mga ganyan.
Totoo, diba? Parang, ano ba yan? Bakit ganyan yung gusto?
Kababae mong tao. You know, ang harot mo, masyado kang malikot. You know? Things like that.
True. Opo. Nako, ang dami pa na nating mga mga things in common. Yes.
Miss Karen, curious lang kami. If you were to live by a certain byline, what would that be? Kasi you're known as Superwoman eh. But personally, do you have a byline that you think you live by?
You know, you're the second interview na tinanong sa akin yan. And I haven't really thought of a straight up answer eh. You know? Pero kung may byline ako ngayon, lately, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Whatever you do, whatever significant thing you do, in a week or two, it doesn't matter anymore. Whatever good or bad. Even the failures and mistakes you've had today or yesterday or in the recent years, it doesn't matter. The good and the bad.
Especially at this time of the pandemic, a lot of things that doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't have to let it define you, eh, diba? You can change your byline every day.
Because next week, it's irrelevant na. And people will forget it. So, you know, it doesn't matter. So, if it's good to remember it, you know, immortalize it. But especially the bad or the mistake that we have in life, it doesn't define us. So, parang sa akin, it doesn't matter. So, what if I was a failure as a student? Or so what if, you know, my relationship didn't work? It doesn't matter.
Very inspiring naman yon, Miga.
Inspire? Bakit gusto mo na ng relationship?
Ay, yung mga kasama. Dapat ako pwede magtanong.
Oo. Ang miga ko, ano po yan? Single.
Nako, wala. Hindi po.
Available.
Iyak.
Follow niyo po.
Nako, Miga. Wag ganon. Wag ganon.
Magagandang dilag.
Career tayo.
Dapat!
Yes, di ba? Opo. Para maging kasing accomplished natin si Miss Karen na very,
No, Rika, you know what? I married really young to my high school boyfriend. And I felt, di ba ngayon, ang girls ngayon, career muna before marriage or optional na lang. Ako hindi, I had kids first, I had marriage first, and then I figured out career later on.
Astig!
Life
story, no? Oo.
Yeah, so parang reverse ako. So it doesn't matter really what choices you make now.
Totoo.
Because in the end, lahat tayo, same finish line.
Exactly. Yeah.
Totoo. And you can write your own narrative. If you want to be a mother, you can also be a boss. You can also be a leader, di ba? Wala naman.
Yeah. It could be a lot of things. And whatever gives you peace and makes you sleep better at night. Pero we shouldn't be really defined by a title or, you know, a life position. You know, I can be a mom too, but I can be a, you know, badass weekend athlete, or I can be a sports volunteer. You know, it could be a lot of things. We define ourselves, but we don't allow people to define who we are. At least that's true. Stop caring. I long stopped caring. You know, I've heard lots of names or people, you know, saying things about me. Parang before it used to hurt, pero ngayon parang okay, fine.
What do you
Move
say to
on.
those people? Yeah, move on.
It doesn't matter.
Lalo na mga girls, we get branded a lot eh. Parang,
that's true.
hey, bakit lalo pag strong pa, if you want to be efficient, parang in the end, you get branded as difficult. Parang ano ba yan? Napaka-difficult.
Difficult, bossy, bitchy.
Oh,
She's
yes.
so opinionated. Pero ang pinakayoko sa lahat, sabihin nilang ineffective ako or inefficient. Yun, insulto sa akin yun. I take that personally. Because when I commit to a work or a job or, you know, a volunteer work, I'm all heart. I'm all mind. So parang sa akin, sabihin mo na akong bruha, sabihan mo na akong impacta at bitch, but I take inefficiency personally because I'm very passionate with what I really signed up for. Be it a corporate job, be it a volunteer work or whatnot. If I sign up talaga, doon ako overachiever.
110%.
Oh yeah. So it's very personal. Parang along the way, if you don't like my attitude, it doesn't matter. Because if it gets the job done, you don't have to like me. I don't have to like you. But if we can work well, I can live with that. I can set my personal feelings aside.
Din pala, amiga, no? Talagang mas, feeling ko, Miss Karen, better na to give your all than to parang give it be half-hearted about it. And, di ba, parang just give it. Oo.
Lalo na now, like, this pandemic has given us really, yung how we are as humans. It's so easy. It doesn't choose race or, it doesn't choose gender or social class. If you're gonna get it, you're gonna die, it's gonna happen. So parang sa akin, life is too short really to analyze the little things and regret it. Let's just,
Let's just live.
Let's just live, More on gratefulness, more on huwag na tayo magreklamo, magpasalamat na lang tayo what we have. Kasi I think that's what we tend to, and with all the information that's available, with all these opportunities that's available, it's easy for us to forget, really, that there's so much power. We're blessed. And we forget that. Because we love the drama.
Ay, Pinoy pa. Siyempre naman.
True.
Pinoy. Kaya nga ang mga K-drama #1 in the Philippines sa Netflix.
Oo nga. I'm really trying my best to understand, pero talaga hindi ko maintindihan.
Talaga. Iba yung iba yung taste mo in series, ganyan.
I like medical drama like House and I love that. I like yung latest ko was Caliphate. In Netflix. I don't know if it's still there, but it's nice. I sat through it in one night. Caliphate.
Wow, marathon.
Marathon.
Babae rin ang nila, ang protagonist nila. Nagduduel ako sa either medical drama or babae yung bida or kontrabida.
Did you want to be a doctor before when you were young?
No, I never wanted to be a doctor. I wanted to be a sari store owner.
Di nga!
Wow.
I'm not kidding.
Oo nga naman.
Bata pa lang, talagang entrepreneur.
Parang gusto yung cousin ko, what do you want to be when you grow up? Doctor, ikaw, sari store owner. Gusto ko talaga siya But I don't know why.
Reyna ng sari-sari store.
Yeah, diba? Parang ganon. Yeah. But I found myself talagang gravitating towards marketing. I love the optics, the narratives. I love those. So that's what I did with sports The sports marketing side of Sepak Takraw.
Wow.
Yeah, from being an unknown sport, tapos bigla, people wanted to do Sepak Takraw. Sepak Takraw is suddenly in. With the young, parang yung mga bata, gusto ko mag-Sepak Takraw. Dati ang sipa, di ba? Nilalaro lang yan after school, tapos wala pang formal rules, walang
It's a poor man's sport kasi to us. It's not sexy pa, It's not sexy. So it's a matter of me really trying to put some humanizing it na it's a regular Filipino because, sorry, with all due respect with my sports colleague in volleyball and basketball, we are not really born physically for the sport. It requires certain height.
Vertically challenged.
But with Sepak Takraw, it's innately Southeast Asian. It doesn't require certain, special height. Yeah. All you need is really some level of talagang high athleticism. Tsaka lakas ng loob. And it's a poetry in motion. Have you seen it? Have you seen a game? It's beautiful.
It's like, mukhang mahirap po. Very acrobatic.
Yeah.
I remember Christo said anybody can play basketball but you cannot fake it.
Yeah. Oo nga po eh. Parang you only use
Trivia. You know that
Oo.
Edward Pulayang knows how to play sepak takraw really well.
Oh,
Sino?
Edward
Mano
Pulayang.
Edward.
Former
Oh,
World
nice.
champion and one
Mm-mm.
championship fighter. Magaling siya sa
Wow.
sepak takraw because
Mm-mm.
I was with him we judged fight before in Tuguegarao. Tapos they mentioned nga na Edward daw, his first
Nice.
sport was sepak takraw.
Nadala niya sa kicks, Mare.
Hindi kailangan malakas ang
Oo.
loob mo sa sepak takraw.
Yes.
I mean, if you tumble like that, like
Mm-mm.
sa soccer yan, every 20 minutes yata yan. Eh yun, every 3 minutes, tumatumbling sila ng
Tumatumbling.
spikes. Diba?
Yeah.
It's like
Yeah,
gymnastics
mm-mm.
and karate and taekwondo.
The precision that you need
The
pa
precision
to...
niya.
Grabe.
It's beautiful, but I don't play it, I just, but I can analyze the game technically and talaga.
Po siya talagang mahirap. Even me na parang I love sports, looking at it, parang the skills you need for that. Pero yun nga, I think bagay siya sa Filipino physique kasi you have to be somewhat, small framed to be able to do those acrobatic movements. Bagay
On
na
a
bagay
very
siya.
small playing court. So,
Yeah.
kung medyo matangkad ka, baka sumabit ka pa sa mga Pero ito talagang, and it's developed by the Southeast Asian bloc. Pretty much isang height lang naman tayo, isang race lang naman ang natin eh. So, it's a sport specifically developed by Southeast Asian for Southeast Asia.
Nako, napapasarap ang kwentuhan natin. Speaking of, Miss Karen, ano ang iyong favorite drink?
I love wine and I love beer. Sometimes cocktails.
May specific wine kayo na preferred?
I'm partial sa red. So, Pinot Noir, Cabernet Sauvignon.
More on red.
More on red. But lately, I've been giving myself, and I love beer. I love IPA. I love, when I visit other countries, I judge them by the quality of
By the
beer
beer.
that they... Yeah.
So
And
mga
I always, yes, and
Tiger
I always
beer.
bring, Tiger.
Tiger.
I always bring the local beer of each country that I visit.
So when-
I judge them by the beer and the chips.
Mm.
Pag masarap ang chips sila, parang beer and chips.
Dapat sana may vlog ka, Miss Karen,
Oo
para
nga.
at least meron malalaman na.
I know, but I think my college kids would probably lost their minds.
Naunahan mo kasi ng
Oo,
bilag.
may vlog.
They will lose it.
What would you say would be the best beer that you tried?
Lately, I'm an IPA girl. I like Torpedo. It's in Sierra Nevada, sa States. But oddly, when I went to Russia, I tried their vodka, but I love their IPA beer.
Okay.
Kasi,
Kasi di pa malapit sa Russia, so talagang yung concoctions nila ng alcohol.
Kailangan
Totoo.
namin. Kailangan
True.
uminom. But they were sabi niya nga, normally when people visit Russia, they try the vodka. I tried din. But I judge them really parang, can you take me to the local pub or local microbrewery or the local grocery and I'll buy the local beer of what they want. I don't know, it's been my thing for the past 5 years. So when the host asked me, what do you want? Bring me to your local pub or local grocery where I can buy chips and beer. Gusto ko malaman paano uminom sila, ano yung pulutan nila. But
Yun ang cultural immersion, yung
Yes.
Kaya,
Oo.
Yes. And it never fails.
Sa akin kasi McDonald's, yung local
Oo,
McDonald's.
isa pa yun. Oo.
Yes.
So, when I travel, I go to the local McDonald's kasi iba-iba yung menu nila.
Yes.
So, even 7-Eleven, di ba? The convenient food for them.
Ako, gusto ko din yan, yung parang beer and chips kesa
Beer
parang
and
ito yung local McDonald's.
True. Oo.
Beer and chips. Oo nga.
Hirap.
Karen, you mentioned a while ago that you like a lot of medical drama and series. How about for romantic comedies? Is there a romantic comedy movie that you found very interesting or was considered as a favorite?
I like the Basha and yung first ni John Lloyd at saka ni
One More Chance.
One More Chance. Gets ko yun. Pero lately talagang hindi ako wired, I think eh. I'm really trying my best. Ako yung overly opinionated na mag-aaway din kayo. Mas maugali ng babae niya. Ay,
Medyo
naisip
jaded.
na. Meron akong ganon. You know, no. Ako yung parang masyado kayong sweet. Okay, sige. Magkakaalaman kayo ng ugali. Tapos, ano na. May ganun ako. But by the way, I'm married to my first boyfriend for like 23 years.
May sarili kayong rom-com, Miss Karen.
Oo, pero I'm really trying because my friends are so into it. And I felt like, I fall asleep talaga. Even The Chloe, I gave it a chance with all my heart. Because we had all the time during ECQ and everybody was into Chloe. And I really tried my best.
Landing on you.
Yeah, I couldn't really. I couldn't. And everybody was giving me advice. Umpisa mo dito, baka magusto ko. Hindi ko kaya.
Hindi talaga.
Hindi. Ang pinaka-romantic na movie na inuulit-ulit ko, Meet Joe Black. Meet Joe Black.
Pero it has an ending din na dark.
Pero gustong-gusto ko siya.
Ayaw niya ng mga teeny boppers. Wala naman kasi din talaga sa...
Ang dami kong, I can't. I'm not fun girlfriend to watch it with. Kasi ang dami kong opinion. Parang, okay, wag na tayo manood. Parang gano'n.
Parang commentary ng rom-com yung nagaganda.
Yes! Na parang, tinan mo, may ugali itong babaeng to o itong lalaki. May gano'n ako!
Ayan, manluloko yan. Tuloy, buti nga.
Manluloko yan. Animal yan. Or so, psycho-analyze ko sila early on. So parang, okay, di na ako fan kasama.
Pero yung mga movies nga na gusto nyo, Miss Karen, is parang may element ng tuluyan or something like hindi natutuloy yung ano. So hindi siya yung typical na romantic movie, no? Kahit yung One More Chance, di ba? Yung last niya, parang it was an open-ended, ano.
Yeah, and you would just leave yourself wondering. You know. Or meron ako isang pinanood na sabi ko, ay maghihiwalay din yun.
Naghiwalay ba sila?
Kasi may isang movie na parang open-ended na magkakatuluyan sila pero alam ko maghihiwalay din. Parang ganun. Jaded ba? Sorry
Realistic lang.
Girl, na-enjoy mo, Miss Karen, yung Gone Girl. May dark twist yun.
Which one?
Gone Girl.
Oh, yeah. I finished the book and I watched it.
Yun ang mga engaging for you.
I like her brand of crazy. Alam mo yan, she's crazy.
Cool girl.
I like
she's
her.
The cool girl.
Parang,
it's not crazy. It's tactical crazy.
Yes, and to me, she's bidang kontra bida.
Totoo.
Diba? I read the book and I watched it. Mga ganun.
Creepy yung book, Miss Karen, kasi parang you see the psyche of the girl na hindi masyadong pinakita sa movie, di ba?
Yes.
So,
na parang,
I think para maging acceptable sa general.
Yeah. Totoo.
Because, culturally talagang, it's unthinkable for a woman really to go through that or think of that, diba? It's mostly men who are serial killer, and parang sa babae.
Profile, serial killer, for sure lalaki. Parang
Tapos itong babaeng to, loka-loka, galit siya sa mundo talaga, diba? And she plotted it almost perfectly, the perfect crime. I loved it.
Yes,
So,
ako din. I think we can have a good girls night in.
I read the book and I had to even with other movies that turned into books turned into movie. I like Kaledoseni, mga Kite Runner. Yun, gusto ko yun. Lately, I'm trying to finish yung Becoming ni Michelle Obama. Not really a love story. Not really a love story.
It's in Netflix din, di ba? The Becoming. Yeah.
Becoming.
Galing naman ng mga movies na.
I know. Hindi ako girly girl. Alam mo yun, parang, do I have to really explain myself? No, hindi talaga. Alam mo yun, parang, I'm really trying my best to get rom-com. I don't talaga. Kahit Friends, I don't understand Friends. I love Sex and the City.
Oo.
I love Sex and the City.
Yeah,
I have the complete set. I love the movie. Pero yung talagang all-woman bida and kontrabida ay nag-thrive ako doon. Pero yung Friends, hindi ko mag-gets. Grey's Anatomy, hindi ko maintindihan.
Pero medical rin siya.
Medical drama siya, pero yung love ni Meredith dun kay McDreamy, really? Girl? No.
Traded angle nga si Miss Karen eh. Kaya hindi niya.
True, oo.
Pato, nahabol-habol pa.
Correct.
Habol-habol ba mga kang gaga? Hindi ka empowered? Go on, move on.
True.
Yeah.
Classic na yung woman
Classic.
who is sacrificial and doing everything for love, ganyan.
And then I'm the classic kontrabida tita who will tell you, bitch, no, it's fine. It hurts now, but be someone else. It's okay. You cry now, okay? After you're done, okay na.
So sa barkada, ikaw yung type na if someone goes to, the entire barkada, yung mga iwanan mo na yan. Ano ba?
Ako yung bumirest back sa boyfriend. You know? Ako yung tatawagan nila pag galing sila sa boyfriend, tapos ako yung sisipa or sisira sa kotse ng boyfriend. Ako yan. Ako yung sasaksak sa, ang tawag dito yung sa mga wheels nila, or gagas ako yung car. Ako yung girlfriend or barkada na gano'n. They don't do that to my friends.
Resback queen.
Yes, ako yung resback queen. Ako yun. Ako yung ayaw nung mga naaapi kasi parang, this is too much, parang gano'n. So, either friends would call me for resback or to bitch love them back to their senses.
Ay, oo, di ba sometimes you need that? Kasi pag sobrang involved ka dun sa sitwasyon, sobrang in love so hindi mo na-realize. So you need someone na, yung friend na kaya kang i-bring back to reality na parang,
but normally, we are the ones often misunderstood.
Yes. I fully agree.
You're the speaker of truth Kaya...
tapos biglang, ayaw mo na lang sabihin na I told you so Ayaw mo na rin nun. Because you want to be a good friend. Pero parang, iniwan mo nga kami for that guy Ngayon na.
Yun.
Tahan na. Tama na.
Tahan na. Okay na. Uminom na tayo. Ano ba gusto mo? Ganon. Ganun na.
Mag-install ka na ng Tinder.
Download ang kita.
Ako yung nagda-download ng Tinder. Ako yung namimili ng picture.
Proactive.
Ako yun. Ako yung friend na yun.
Wow!
Download ka ng Tinder. Pipicture ako ng maganda. Tapos isi-set up ko yung ako yun.
Ako, si Miss Karen pala ang kailangan ng mga ladies na nahihirapang mag-move on.
Exactly.
Antayin nyo ang vlog ni Miss Karen about sa tips for moving on.
No, I'm too old for that,
Pwede, di ba? Ang dami yung mga hugot-hugot. How do I move on? Yung mga questions sa Facebook, usually yan May mga group pa, di ba?
You kids, you ladies need to learn. Alam mo, parang at some point kasi, mapapagod din di ba? Kung napagod kayo, okay, tapos na. Okay na, di ba? Hindi ka naman namatay. Okay na.
After 6 months.
After 6 months. Pag nagkita kayo, upakan kita, huwag mo ko impakan na. Or mga ganyan. Hindi ka namatay, di ba? Namatay ka ba? Hindi po. Okay, good. Tapos, ako
magkilay ka na lang.
Kilay tayo, lipstick. Chocolate,
pakulay ng hair.
Pakulay ng hair. Diba? Magmaganda kahit na pangit ang buhay. Magmamaganda.
Pag heartbroken, diba? I don't know if na-renasan mo yun, Miss Karen, na parang ang sarap ng amoy parlor. Parang pag heartbroken ka or pag meron kang problema, pag pumunta ka sa salon o sa parlor, ang sarap ng amoy ng chemicals.
I
Parang
think that's a universal sa ating lahat. Women in all shapes and sizes, once pissed or universally heartbroken, kailangan pumunta tayo ng parlor. Gusto ko ng amoy ng keratin sa buhok ko. Ayan, sige.
Gusto ko masampuhan, di ba?
Gusto ko masampuhan. Blower mo nga ako, please.
Yung mga ammonia na ang tatapag ng amoy, talagang yan.
Sige lang. Oo, gaganda ako, di ba? I'm miserable but I'm beautiful.
Yung mga bagong palit ng buhok heartbroken ka,
Not really. Ako kasi parang sa akin, gusto ko lang pagupit ng buhok kasi parang bored na ako eh. Normally, woman my age, I cannot force myself to a Beyonce kind of hair because it doesn't work anymore. Chop my hair because I look social in a short hair.
Ay, mas nakapabata daw, diba, pag short hair.
So, pinipwersa ko maging Edna mode.
Bagay naman.
Bagay naman, Miss Karen.
Low maintenance. But when I run kasi, yun na nga lang, hindi ko matalo. Anyway.
Yun ang downside.
Correct,
Yeah.
oo. Speaking of hair, Miss Karen, at some other body parts, anong feeling mo, what is your favorite body part sa iyong body?
I like my eyes, I guess. It speaks volume. I cannot lie with my eyes. I like it. And I'm unapologetically okay with it.
Miss Karen?
True.
Although sometimes you wish na parang I hope I could hide my disdain or my happiness. Alam mo yun? Kasi everything short. Yun.
I
Hindi
were
ko kaya
talking
yun eh.
about that. Si Angela Merkel, diba? Like, she has this eye roll thing.
Yung kay Trump, I think.
And Putin.
Yeah, I know. My God. Parang hindi niya mapigilan. Ganun. But when you're in a leadership position, and sometimes you have to, it's a skill that I want to develop but I can't seem to get it.
The poker face.
Poker
The
face.
Yeah, that kind of face and the filter. I can't like, there was this one time, former POC President Rick was like, can you just keep quiet? I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna keep quiet. I won't say anything. So, hindi ka nga nagsalita, yung mukha mo naman. Ganun din. But I kept my mouth shut. But susunod mag-straight na lang ako. Diba? It's a skill. It's a skill that I wish I've developed, but sometimes, hindi rin. Okay na rin.
Well, may double-edged sword yan minsan
True.
Minsan, at least very transparent ka when you get to talk to someone. Yun nga lang, when you need to, be nice and
You can't
inside.
It's hard.
Explode.
Yeah, it's hard. Because maybe years and years of women being just in one place, and then you just stay there and be pretty. No way. Diba?
Oo, we've come out of that A lot
No,
of
so you stay there, you sit there and
Last-
be pretty. No, I can't.
Oo, nun, Miss Karen, napakagandang bringing up mo yan kasi lalo we are women in sports and it's a very masculine world and we need to have a voice and it's a voice that yun yung natin na kailangan may boses ang mga babae sa sports and we have to be heard. Diba?
Oo, kaya kami nandito. Manood lang kayo ng show namin para mas madami mga
Yeah, I think so. I was actually very excited knowing that. My last podcast kasi were with two British men. It's wonderful. It was a wonderful. They were trying to understand from a woman's point of view from the other side of the globe. Parang sa akin ang dami kong hugot na parang ayoko namang lumabas na angst-ridden ako. Hindi But it was a difficult journey talaga for a woman. It's a difficult journey for us. So when they say cliche yung breaking the the glass ceiling, no, it's really challenging. And I hope yung generation namin na carry over ninyo, tuloy-tuloy nyo na, don't let go. Don't let go for whatever leadership position you guys hold, be it management, be it coaching, be it as an athlete, influencer. Don't let go. Don't let go. It's because it's hard. It's a hard journey for us. Kahit sa media.
Oh, that's very true because some people, like when you're in sports, the first thing that they think, lalo ako, I used to be in wrestling. Si Rika is a pro boxer. The first thing that they ask is why? Why are you doing that?
Ang bag-ass kaya, diba?
Diba, why not? Parang why are you doing that?
Una nilang tatanungin, mukha mo. Parang, hindi ka ba natatakot sa mukha mo? Parang, lahat naman ng bagay.
Salamin ko ako. Pwede yung mukha mo at tinatanong sa akin, anong moniker mo? Anong moniker mo? Parang, ha?
Hindi sa wrestling kasi, di ba, uso yun.
Anong stage name mo? Parang,
Buisit. Buisit, diba? Gandara Parks, bakit?
Stereotypes, ganun eh. Pag wrestling, you have to have a ring name. It's a theatric, ang feeling nila, it's a theatrical pero
because I have to blame my generation of what is WWF, who is I watch those and I love them, I adore them. Diba? Pero parang wrestling, as we know, wrestling from ancient Olympics to modern day Olympics, it's an art form itself, and I'm really glad na Filipino women, really athletes, are getting comfortable enough with their skin na, we have world champion like Maggie Ochoa and sila Annie Ramirez. Yeah. We have Heidelin Diaz, and it's, the sport is stereotypical for male, diba? And that was my battle cry, I think 2017, 2018 na Asian Games, and I'm like, watch out for women. You're not investing more on women athletes. Dun tayo mananalo eh.
That's true.
And
that's
then,
true.
2018 Asian Games happened. And what the hell happened, right? And I'm like, I don't like it when I'm right because I tell you guys, I told you so. I told you so. Invest more on women athletes.
I think there's a problem kasi some people don't even recognize that there's a problem in terms of like marketing women athletes, in terms of the pay, the wage gap. Parang maraming tao they don't even.
I think it's the polarity of Philippines now. In the recent years, we're known to be a factory of beauty queens. I mean, in the last 10 years, we've produced Miss World and Miss Universes, right? Pero on the other side, ang dami rin nating women athletes who are excelling world class.
Dami. Yes.
Diba? Pero parang kailangan mo maging maganda lang o maging magaling din sa sports. Yung ganung challenge, diba?
And also when girls are marketed, sometimes it's sexualized eh. That's what they hate about it eh. Or they pit us against each other. So, one of my issues na parang, sa article parang pinipit against each other, akala mo Mara Clara, parating ganon, hindi pwedeng lang, hindi pwedeng
Alam mo, Cara, now that you've mentioned it, even in the NSAs, and I know some of my friends will be watching this because they're my stalkers. High fat. No, not really. I would like to, lang, na hindi ako kalaban. And I'm cheering for other women leaders.
Yeah.
I so want us to be a lot on the deciding table. Because nobody can speak for other women, but the same way na I don't like it when male coaches will decide for women athletes. What do you know about our journey? Physiological, diba? Physiological na lang, wag na nga to eh. Diba? So parang sa akin, be it media, be it coaching, be it athlete, even on the boardroom, I hope women would understand, my fellow women leaders, na we are not each other's threats. We are, we should complement each other until we are all equals. And ano. Pero
That's
hindi,
the problem,
if you sit there,
opo. Mm-mm.
parang threat ka. Hindi ako threat. Kakampi mo ako.
Yun din.
Kakampi mo.
Nagiging face
Wala
off.
eh.
Oo,
Oo, yun.
Nagiging face off. Sino mas maganda? Sino mas matalino?
Mm-mm. They make us believe na there's limited spots for women in sports when actually parang there's no torch to be passed. There's unlimited places for all of us. Di ba parating may ganon? Parang, sino ang papalit kay ganitong athlete? Kasi,
Oo.
ano siya?
Bakit ganon? Hindi ba pwedeng
Oo.
alongside sila? Diba? Hindi ba
Yes.
pwedeng pareho sila magaling?
Oh, if you notice yung mga articles, ganon yung team niya. That's why sometimes, that's why we came up with this as well. Because we want to show, yung women athletes, up close and personal, how people are. And if you've noticed also, in terms of people or sportscasters, there are only quite a few women.
That's
It's syempre hard-hitting. Yun nga, namin, Miss Karen eh. We're not a hard-hitting sport show, but we're hard-hitting ladies. So,
Diba? Pero parang,
yeah.
yeah, I understand where you guys are coming from. Kasi even on sports management and leadership, parang may ganun, na parang hindi naman kailangan tayong pagsabungin. Magkakampi naman tayong lahat eh.
Hindi tayo ang kalaban.
Hindi tayo ang kalaban, diba? I mean, now we're getting opportunity to be on the boardroom. Ba't ayaw niyong marami tayo? Eh di ba mas masaya nga kung mas marami tayo dito?
Mm-hmm. Mas maganda. Di ba? Party. Yan.
Party! Yes.
Even na, yan, party na, tapos mani pwede in the boardroom.
True.
Tapos happy hour, diba?
Yes, oo. Tama. Parang akala natin sa movies lang yun eh, di ba? Parang may protagonist na babae, merong antagonist na babae. So I think yun na-inculcate sa atin na we are against each other. Well, in fact, we
Sana
have...
hindi.
Sana hindi. Oo.
And I really want, I have this dream of really having my sports sisters around. I mean, yung sports sisters in the truest sense na my journey as an athlete, now as a sports leader, yung mga ganon. Yun yung mga sana ma-work on din ng mga NSA heads who are women, who are out there, na no one's out there to take your place. But we are here to complement each other as women. Na together, mas malakas yung boses natin. And these men will figure out, oh my God, yeah. And they'll get the job done.
And we have the power to market ourselves. Kagaya ng sinabi nyo nga na parang, why are women just marketed as sexual objects, diba? Parang, don't we have the power to market ourselves? Parang we can be beautiful, we can be whatever, pero smart.
In our, with a certain sport, in a certain field.
And women and beautiful, it comes in different shapes and sizes. And that's why I was so happy when, Heidelin came along. She's not your stereotypical beautiful Filipino woman, but she is beautiful.
Yes.
She
The
is
strength.
not your usual, but the strength and whatnot. Meggy Ochoa, Ami Ramirez, Cheska Altamonte, they come in all shapes and sizes. How come we're not celebrating them? So, yun yung
So, yan, mga viewers natin, that's something for us to think about. I mean, we have so many women athletes, we have so many women leaders, especially in sports. And we hope that from now moving forward that you support us, you also you also encourage other women to join and be involved in sports. Kagaya nga ni Miss Karen, more Karens dapat.
More Karens.
Negative eh. More Karens in sports. Let's put it a positive twist to it. More Karens in sports.
Where is the manager here? I want to talk to the manager.
So, Miss Karen, curious lang kami since, di ba, yan, medyo may anghang talaga yung yung mga, yung views and yung perspective ni Miss Karen. It's not your usual sinigang o parang kaldereta with a twist. May favorite food ka ba?
What's my favorite food? Always been Filipino. Always been my lola's cooking of adobo and mechado and sinigang. Always. Yeah. I couldn't get any more Filipina. I mean, I'm into sports because it has given me a real sense of what, we all are, this is my balik sa bayan. Sports. Yeah,
Ang
and
ganda
I
naman.
take so much pride really with our heritage, with our flag, with So when this is the only opportunity I get to really showcase what Philippines is all about through sports. And food. Yeah. Pero
Ganda.
yeah, I couldn't get any more Filipina. I'm 1,000% Filipina.
Strong Filipino woman. Yun ang
Yeah,
ating
yeah.
mga bagong role models.
Yeah, at least in the field of sports, because for a long time we were stereotyped as domestic helpers. In some worst cases, sex workers abroad.
Yeah, we should change the narrative na po, no?
Change the narrative mindfully na we are we come in different shapes and sizes, and backgrounds, and then there's so much to be proud of. And the sports has been my vehicle really to highlight the flag, to highlight our country.
Yeah, I've seen you went to Russia before. Tapos I was also following your pictures and your posts when you went to Russia. And it seems like when you said like, oh, you enjoyed the beer, you enjoyed the na-feel ko talaga na na-enjoy mo siya based on your
post. Yeah. If there's one thing really na I know how to work hard, but I play really hard too. Parang walang regret. Na pagod ako sa trabaho, pero pucha, I had fun.
Oo nga naman po. You only live once. I mean,
yeah.
There's
And I think it's universal. With each and every country we visited, generally they like to have fun also. In whatever, you bring a little of Philippines to Russia, and makikita mo pag nag-uusap sila, parang interested din sila na, ganun pala kayo. Sabi ko, oo, kasi kayo tingin namin for a long time, kontrabida kayo sa buhay namin, papatayin nyo kami. Ang lakas yung magsalita.
Hollywood
hindi pala diba? It's so Hollywood na parang,
diba?
Hollywood po may kasalanan.
Oo, akala namin gusto niyo akong papatayin. Hindi po pala, gusto niyo lang uminom ng beer with me. Diba? Sa kanila naman parang, oh, you're so okay. Meron palang, alam mo yun, na funny pala kayo.
What was the impression of Russians towards Filipinos? I'm just curious.
Oh, because we are too American to them.
Yeah.
So you can't blame us. You can't blame us. I mean, our Uncle Sam has been with us for the longest time, and we've only been exposed to really watching mostly Hollywood movies. So when you talk to me, it's as if you're yelling and you're out to kill me. When in fact you just really want to hang out and just talk about, and they love the president like you wouldn't believe.
Parang lang din, siguro Miss Karen, parang Ilocano. Di balik kami, Ilocanos. Kala mo, yung mga lolo't lola ko, ganyan, pag uwi mo sa bahay, if you don't understand Ilocano, kala mo nag-aaway. Kala mo nag-aaway. Pero hindi, pinapaabot lang yung pansit. Parang gano'n.
Exactly, diba? That's why the interest of really coming back and introducing the culture to my children. I mean, we've been in that side of the States and whatnot growing up. Now I want to show them a different side of what's out there also.
Yeah.
That's why I said when this is all over, na ganun pala yun. So I've made myself believe for so long that they want to kill me. Hindi pala.
Yes.
They're just like us.
A lot of ballerinas in Russia also.
Yeah. They just, matigas lang talaga sila magsalita. Pero, they're pretty much like us too. Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Siguro din kasi parang a part of Russia is near Asia. So parang there's sort of, may mga ibang Russians na medyo malapit yung features din sa atin.
Sa Asians, yes.
The Chinese, yes. We have a lot of things in common.
Yes.
Yun yung nagagawa
that's
rin
what-
ng sports no?
That's what,
Karen.
I think tayo lahat, what we have in common is really sports And character building yan. I don't think we'll be this kind of women if not for sports. Like what I always tell them, na parang, okay, today is not a good training day. Maybe if I show up tomorrow, I'll be better.
That's true. You develop that mindset and that attitude.
Yeah. So even treating this pandemic, sige na, things will be better. What could go wrong? I mean, I was even telling my kids, you know what? If next month there's alien invasion, I'll even ask the alien, what took you guys so long? Alam mo na gano'n na ako. I'm just being pragmatic na lang talaga.
Serve them coffee.
Sir, what took you guys so long? We've been waiting for so long. Why now?
Akala namin hoax lang kayo eh. Akala namin mascot lang kayo.
Lang niya kayo, totoo pala kayo. Things like that. And I think that's what the value of sport has, taught us. So what? So it's a bad day, it's a bad month, it's a bad year. It's not gonna be forever.
Yeah, yung resilience yung resilience mo na parang okay, and yung focus din dun sa goal ano ba yung end goal? So regardless of what's happening around you, parang ito yung goal ko so I don't care. Like what Miss Karen nga said a while ago, it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
As long as you show up, you just show. Sports po diba? You just show up.
Show up the following day sa training, show up sa competition day. Show up.
True.
If you win or lose, it doesn't matter.
Yes. Pag ako nga po, pag tinatanong ng friends ko, magte-training ka? Gusto mo ba mag-training? Parang ako, it's not even a question. You just go to training. Whether you like it or not.
Diba? If I'm training relaxing, sometimes you find your peace there. Like, everywhere else, work is tiring, diba? Dami mong iniisip. When you're training, you're just focused on one thing. And then they might think na parang it's taxing for you, but no, this is my zen.
This is a happy place.
Happy place. Yeah.
Diba? It's a happy place. It's a happy place.
Ang galing naman. Okay po. Ito naman, Miss Karen. Mag-usap tayo tungkol sa iyong high school fashion. Can you describe to us your fashion sense in high school?
Oh my God, can I tell you? I was a lesbian in high school. I came from an all-girls school, so you know how it is, right?
Mga all-girls school pala tayo.
Alam nyo yan!
Yes po.
Diba? So, ako yung sa other side kasi ako yung athlete. Hindi ako girly girl. So, my fashion statement in high school and it was the 90s. So, remember, it's like Milli Vanilli and Running Man. So, it's sobrang... But I also got a whiff, baggy and Doc Martens and things like that.
Hush Puppies, Gerbo.
Gerbo!
Yes.
Yeah.
Ano na nangyari sa Gerbo? Parang parati po silang nakasale.
Yeah. Pero back in the day, it was the thing, diba?
Oo, Esprit. Yan. And United Colors of Benetton.
Benetton. Yeah. Sabi ko
True.
nga, I was telling my boys, if I belong in this generation, I will be that really weird girl. I would be. I think I don't fit in a certain mold. So yung fashion statement ko, kaya kong mag-skirt na naka-Doc Martens, na naka-baggy na Doc Martens. Yes.
Hipster. Di ba yan? Millennial term Hipster.
Yes. I can be an Alicia Silverstone today, but not really tomorrow.
And
Yeah,
Alicia
parang
Silverstone din parang ganun Parang she's breaking the din Parang she's a tough chick. Parang ganun.
And Drew Barrymore, she's my age. So she's a wild child too. She's neither here nor there.
Nag-iiba siya Parang certain moments in her life, kung anong face. It's an entirely different person It's entirely different persona
Yes.
Like, for this year, I wanna be like this.
Yes.
Ano niya?
And unapologetic siya. Diba? Unapologetic siya. Parang pake ko.
Yeah.
Diba?
True. Why do I have to explain, di ba? Parang,
But it makes sense, no? If it's her, she gets away with pretty much everything.
She even has her own cosmetic line now.
Exactly. And she's a
Flower.
mom. Yeah, Flower.
Yeah.
She's a mom. And to think her past wasn't really of diba? She was a drug addict. She was a wild child. But see how redemption is something you choose. It's not something it's given to you. You choose to be redeemed. You don't wait for it. You don't wait for redemption. You get your redemption. You choose to be redeemed.
It's very insightful. I want to remember that. You
Yes,
redemption is something that
choose your
has to come.
redemption.
You choose it. You don't wait for redemption. You don't.
Or kasi di ba ang mindset natin, we wait for someone to save us, we wait for a certain opportunity to open up. No, you grab redemption by the balls.
Yes. Yes.
Sorry, we need by the
by the balls. Really. That's true. Parang, no. Nobody saves us but us.
Ang ganda. Very inspiring. And maganda yan for women talaga kasi nga parang up until now, parang girls are still waiting. It's the classic
To be
the
saved,
girl
no?
in
No, I always tell my friends and even my athletes na nobody saves us. We save ourselves. We are our own superheroes.
Exactly. I fully agree with that. Especially at this time, people can't even save themselves tapos magsisave pa sila.
Oo.
Totoo.
No. I hope it makes sense.
Yes po.
Miss Karen, well, you're also known to have beautiful skin. So we're curious, can you walk us through your skincare routine?
Kills.
Everything kills po talaga.
Everything kills.
So do you do the moisturizer, the sunscreen?
The toner, the serum, the vitamin C. Yeah. Because my mom's Chinese. So she's very big on, even as a young child, parang sa kanya, skin is everything. So as early as 12, 13, I have Nelly Yu as my dermatologist because my mom said so. Up until now, even if at this age, my mom's like, you have ugly skin now. It's not clean. Let's go to the derma. And she pays for it.
Ang cool naman ni Mommy.
Yeah! Because she's vain
Pa-derma tayo.
Pa-derma tayo. Ang pangit ng skin mo. So, well, I hope it's a Chinese DNA. Because my mom's like 75. She looks like she can get away with 60.
Wow.
Yeah, because she's a tiny girl, but she really invested on her skin. But for me, skills works. It gets the job done. Yeah. And,
Asian don't race in.
Yes! Kaya nga sabi, inom ka ng inom, it's bad for you. I'm like, no, I like my booze. Unapologetic ako sa booze ko, I like my happy hour every so often.
So, nag-stock ka na ngayong MECQ.
Oh, guys! I'll have friends. Do you guys need? I can send you.
Thank you. Sige, after you,
Yes.
message.
Oo nga po, message.
You're in Katipunan lang. Oh, God. It's so easy. What do you want?
Oo! Katipunan ka rin pala, Miss Ka.
No, I'm here. Providence, Marikina lang. So, it's
okay.
nearby. It's nearby.
Oo. Sabi ko nga kay Kare, anong drink dito sa bahay? Apple cider vinegar. Yun po ang aking drink.
Sabi ko, sabayan ka namin. Sabi ko, after. Kasi
There's
apple cider.
There's always beer and wine in my home.
Yeah. Oh.
Even my kids, they don't drink, but we have our moments when we're just having our happy hour.
Ay nako, sige. When my kids do grow up, I'll try to be that.
Be a cool
And
mom.
they're beautiful children. My God.
Pinaghirapan ko po yun. Maraming salamat.
Ang ating world champion.
Kasi syempre, di ba, we have our portions. For now, we're going to ask you about your last times. So we have a few questions and we want you to share to us which of, these things happened as your last time. So maybe Rika, you'd want to start.
Okay. When was the last time you went to a party? Like a real party?
I forgot na. SEA Games last year. It's not even a party, it's
December.
work. I had to work. It's not even a party because I was all over the place. But party, I'm not really big on parties.
You were the tournament director of SEA Games, right?
I was a sports director for SEA Games. So we're really, by design, there'll be a lot of sort of fellowships and whatnot. And it's part of work. So you don't really call it party when you're working. Yeah.
So, ano siya?
But the biggest party was a closing ceremony and the opening ceremony of SEA Games. If it
It was really
amounts to
nice.
anything.
I saw the on TV eh. Ang ganda. Parang, we hope that the next time na mag-host tayo, talagang yun yung gawing benchmark. We level up that we go down with that.
Sweat, blood, and tears.
Congratulations po.
Sige. I don't know if you wanna answer this, but when was the last time you feel you screwed up?
SEA Games din. SEA Games din. Like the first week when it was so difficult, the kikiam issue, it's a shaky start before the December one. It was a very shaky start. And it was my first SEA Games as sports director. So we felt like, did we miss out on something? Did we really screw up on whatnot? So actually, in my lifetime, SEA Games was a big feature, learning experience for me. So yung screw up na yun, yung first week prior to opening, kini-question ko na talagang sarili ko.
But people don't normally know na parang something as simple as arrival of athletes, a lot of things are happening dun sa likod eh. May dumating na athlete pero meron niyang coordination, ilang days before, meron niyang magbubook ka ng tickets, yun ang di nila alam. Dumating lang yung athlete.
Even a case of bad tummy, it's my problem. Bad na kailangan dalhin sa ospital or nawawala yung passport.
Yan, nawala ng cellphone.
Nawala ng cellphone. Parang ako na naman. Parang si Basha. Parang ba't kasalanan ko na naman to? Ako na naman. Ganon ang feels ka. Ako na naman to. Okay, ano pa? Na-hospital siya. Okay. Things like that. Screw up, yeah. SEA Games pa rin. Yeah. First week prior opening.
Very memorable.
Very memorable ang SEA.
Yeah.
Oh. And when was the last time po that you said sorry?
Last week, I think. Yeah, last week. It was over a job. Na parang I was like, I'm like, okay, sorry, I overlooked. I'm boring, I'm more on the job-driven,
It's okay.
Opo.
We're learning a lot because we don't really know what's happening in the life of someone who gets to balance everything. Sometimes, di ba, parang we think na, I just have to be a mom or I just have to do work or it's an injustice for me to do both. But look at Miss Karen, she's very happy doing both of it.
Exactly.
No, Kara, because we really need to for us to take care of people around us, we need to take care of ourselves. You can't, can I tell you that? No, you can't be a lot of things to a lot of people if you're empty on the inside because you did not go to the mall or you did not go to the salon, you did not drink, you did not do anything to make you happy. How can you make the people around you happy when you're not happy yourself? So I am judged really.
You're gonna be with someone who's miserable.
Yeah, exactly.
Husband makes me laugh. Although he drives me insane. He drives me insane. Really? So there are times that talaga, I don't want to see you, I don't want to talk to you, can I not? And it's fine. It doesn't define our marriage. There are days I don't talk to him. Yeah, and it's fine. I don't like your face.
At least nakikita natin na marriage isn't like 24 hours, I love you.
No!
It's open.
Nga pala, di ba quick rom-com kasi ganun eh.
Oo, na I just love you.
No, my God, I don't like your face or something. Like the other night, too much information. He came in and it's like farting, and I'm like, I hate you. Seriously.
That's parang as close and personal as it gets di ba?
Yeah, and those are real life. It's not rom-com. It's not I love you all the time. I understand. Hell no. I don't like your face. Don't talk to me. Don't show your face to me. Maybe tomorrow I like you better. And I'm still married to you.
Life of the Married. Care of
Yes,
Tanchanco-Caballero.
Yes.
Its version.
Yeah, he doesn't like that I have cats, but he loves my cats now.
Aww. Miss Karen, when was the last time you had a vacation?
A day after SEA Games. When I said, fuck you all, don't call me. I'm turning my phone off. I was with my kid and with my mom. We went to Japan. Yeah. Not even husband. I really, husband stayed home. I took a vacation with my mom, kaka-byuda lang niya, and my kids. And we went to Japan. And for once, you know what I did on that vacation? I did not decide for anything because I don't want to decide for anything. Nobody will ask me, do you want this or no? Decide for me.
So talagang
was a
vacation
week
from
long of not deciding because
Yeah.
you know when you're the sport director, this or that, yes or no. Parang for once, there is so much joy not deciding on anything and you just go with the flow. And I let my kids and my mom decide for me. It was so fun.
Interesting. Diba? Oh, mommy, I got you this. You have to eat it because you told me
Yeah.
na
Yeah.
And I would just do it. There's such a thing as parang what they call decision fatigue. Now, when you make decisions all the time, parang at the end of the day, you just get tired. Na parang,
Even if you're the most control freak, I think I'm a self-confessed control freak. But meron fatigue na ako in a way na, can you decide for me? I'll take whatever. But don't ask me for anything. I'll do whatever. May ganun. May ganun ako. So that was Japan. We were there for like a day after SEA Games.
buti na lang po before nag-pandemic nakapagbakasyon si Miss Karen.
Yeah, I did. It was very because after SEA Games, I think it was only good for my mental health. Yung mindfulness na hindi na ako masaya, palagi na akong galit pumapasok, palagi na ako umiiyak. And then I said after SEA Games, I really booked the day after. We flew to Japan and I turned off my phone.
Masarap.
Ang sarap na, amiga.
Nobody calls me for work.
Yeah. Okay, Miss Karen, when was the last time naman that you got bored? Like so bored?
ECQ. ECQ was really a trying time, not just for me, but to a lot of us. Especially ikaw, Pisces ka. Actually, ko rin, diba? Parang, you know, what's in it for me? I don't have plans for tomorrow. Crap! Really? I'm gonna wake up tomorrow and I have no plans not to do anything productive? I'm gonna die.
It's hard, especially for women that are used to doing a lot of things. When I go under quarantine, para akong mababaliw minsan parang, okay, ilang araw na ba?
Yeah. I think us women, yung sense of productivity, yung purpose natin. Ako kasi mindful ako dun sa after SEA Games, I was gonna take work hiatus. It was very, after nun, gusto ko, natuluyan, dire-diretsong hiatus. So medyo nabaliw ako nun. Kasi parang, okay, actually gusto ko na magtrabaho ng March And biglang sasabihin ng government, no, you're not gonna do anything. You're just gonna stay home and do nothing.
Ang hirap po, yung sanay ka na high-strung yung lifestyle mo na may ginagawa ka every minute, tapos biglang...
Hence, sourdough making plant. I now a plantita. I now bake my own bread. I did a lot of cooking. Things, regular people do, not just to keep sane. Yeah.
I saw that when your husband bought you import. Pinabili mo ng butter, tapos binili yung pinakamahal.
Pinakamahal na butter. At gagamitin ko lang naman. Gusto ko siyang sapakin. Diba?
Dairy cream lang dapat.
Pwede naman ganon, diba? Pet and board eh. Kasi natakot siya sa akin. Butter lang, sabi mo, diba?
So, the best butter. Oh, for the best butter. Ang sweet naman nun. Oh, diba? The best butter for you.
True.
Yes.
You deserve the best.
Well, dahil nga sa mahal ng Emborg, when was the last time, Miss Karen, that you pampered yourself?
With little way I can, I pamper myself on a weekly basis din naman. With doing, it's pretty much like eating food that I really like. Indulging in, in food, booze, and workout. And massage.
Balance of everything, no?
Yeah, food. Aside from sports, food makes me happy.
Ang ganda nun, opo. Kasi minsan parang feeling natin when you're working, you just need to, parang ang ganda na you find balance in your life na hindi siya compartmentalized na, ito work lang. Ito, I'm gonna have fun. Parang you're mixing everything together to be well balanced.
I think you younger women, should really find time to, we can't give what we don't have. No? If we don't treat ourselves right, how can we treat other people right? We can't give what we don't have. If you don't have love, how can you give love?
Yes.
You end up getting love from other people, so para kang vacuum.
Sometimes nga, pseudo-love yun, Kara.
Codependence.
You think that's love, but that's not really.
Infatuation lang.
Oh, girl, hindi yan. Maugali yan.
Dapat ni Karen, Caballero playbook para at least
Oo nga.
guide. Parang teka, yan na.
Mm-mm.
In.
Is this love? Ganon, kailangan kong...
It's not love. But you can determine love when you love yourself. I think,
You set a standard and boundary for yourself.
And we are all in for heartbreak talaga kung may expectations tayo. Heartbreak yan. Heartbreak yan.
Kasi you can't control it eh. You can only control yourself.
Oo.
Okay, Miss Karen, when was the last time naman that you splurged on something?
When was the last time? Oh, I got a trainer. A bike trainer. Because I can't go out. So I had to buy a bike. Yung ilalagay mo yung bike mo doon tapos mag-bike ka. It's quite pricey. Yeah, but since I can go, so I can see my friends online, we can bike together online.
Parang Peloton po, pero yung may
Yes.
dashboard.
It's called Zwift. So we can have Zwift if I have that bike trainer with me. And I had the Oakley glasses that I don't need.
Wow! The words talaga.
Oo.
I don't need it. I don't need it.
When was the last time, Miss Karen, that you went out of your comfort zone?
I don't remember because I always get out of my comfort zone.
It's a continuous thing for you.
Yeah, if it's uncomfortable,
You're gonna
know.
do it.
I'm not gonna do it.
Even
I'm gonna
when
do
you were a child, ganun ka na rin, Miss Karen.
Yeah.
You think that quality helps you in work? like being a leader or being handling other athletes?
Because if we continue to be in a safe zone, we'll never know what's out there. And that's what I always tell my kids. It's okay if it's uncomfortable. It's done, If it works, good. If it doesn't, it's okay. And if it hurts, it won't hurt all the time. And you tell na,
diba, na parang you also impart to, well, not only to your kids, to other people, that it's okay to fail. Because some people are so afraid to fail.
Yeah, and it's fine. No, that's what I tell my kids, like, they have this high expectation. Sabi ko, ako nga underachiever ako eh. I'm not taking, and I'm comfortable telling them. Academically, underachiever ako. Sa akin lang, just finish school. You know what matters is you don't say no to a job and you be a good person. Don't say no to a job. You'll figure it out. You'll learn. And what matters to me, you grow up to be a good people. And that, that's regardless.
Galing naman ni Karen talaga. Mga words of wisdom, mga
I think Rika, it's being really pragmatic lang. It is what it is. It is what it is. We tend to overanalyze it. Yun lang yan, bilog lang yan. Huwag na natin gawin square.
Oo, hilig tayo sa mga kurbado.
Correct.
Bilog lang yan, girl. Huwag mo gawin square.
Nasa harap mo lang.
Ayaw kanya, asshole siya.
Opo, minsan kasi
Alam
we
yan.
try to find logic in things.
Matutong mag-text ng kay thanks bye.
Analyze mo pa yun? Kay thanks bye mo.
Hindi ba lang, bad day, ganyan.
I'm such a tita that way. I swear to God.
Naku po, we need a Tita Karen din minsan sa ating
I know.
lives.
Yung
Nakat
tita
us out.
in your barkada. So parang gano'n.
Totoo. Yes.
Yeah.
Kasi kung lahat kayo, di ba, parang sumukha ka ng tanga, tapos ini-encourage ko pa na okay lang yan. Baka naman ganito. Diba, trying to rationalize pa. Hawa ka naman. Hindi ka love ng friends mo.
Totoo. And it helps nga, no, na one friend who sees things from a different perspective.
Yeah.
Na, hindi yan ganyan. Ganito yan.
But we have to have that devil's advocate eh. Diba?
Totoo. Yes. Okay. Ngayon naman, Miss Karen, when was the last time that you were proud of what you did?
Not even SEA Games. It was when I think I was part of empowering my son to really go for something that he really wanted. So bad, he can almost taste it. I was part of it. And I'm like, just do it. If it doesn't work, it's fine. It's fine. I mean, for the longest time, he was like, I want to go to this school. But he didn't make it the first time. So he went to this other school. But he worked really hard for an entire year. And he was so scared. And I'm like, no, it's okay. You just go for it. If it doesn't work, you sleep better at night knowing you did everything you could. And I knew, that's what he told me when he passed that school. He goes, yeah, if I just gave up pala, no? And I'm like, yeah, what makes you sleep better at night? You gave everything. And if it doesn't work, it's still fine, anak. It's still fine because kids from that school, I just hired them as my assistant. I'm from that neighboring school, but I get them for assistants just to prove a point. You are not dictated by your educational institution. When you get out in the real world, it's really how,
You write your own story.
I write my own story. Like, I'm from this other school, but I hire kids from that school, and they know exactly why. It's because, I am not who is your boss now?
You're the man. Parang ganun eh. Yun nga, you're the man. Pero in this case, you're the woman.
Yeah, so I tell him, if it doesn't work, it's still fine. And I think he got out of his comfort zone. And I told him, it's fine. You try. If it doesn't work, it's still okay. It doesn't make you less of a person, less of a man. So it's not even sigil.
Man.
Not sigil.
It's not. It's not.
Parang it's hindi sa tingin niyo, Miss Karen, it's also the athlete in you. Kasi 'di ba tayong athletes, Miga, ganun eh. Parang we give it our all. It's the game. When you have a good game, parang whether you win or you lose, it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. If it's a good training day, it's a good competition, okay.
Yeah.
But tomorrow, it's another day.
I remember my coach before, when I started out, ang sabi lang niya sa akin, sige, you shoot 900 times until you get it right. Kasi eventually, you will get it right.
Yeah.
When you shoot 100 times. O 900 times. Okay, sige.
Pero that's medyo may ganyan ako ngayon sa, even with the online games I play, if I don't get it right, I won't stop.
Mga go-getters na
Translate sa esports.
If I don't get the 5 stars, it's 4 stars not good enough. I keep on trying. Kahit na 900 times. Medyo may ganun lang talaga siya. Parang give it out. You've been doing that for over a month and I don't care. I'm gonna do this.
But that's how you succeed in sports, di ba? You just keep showing up.
Yeah. Showing up the following day.
Yeah.
Not knowing if it's a good day. If it's your day.
I remember then before I used to train with Team Lakay naman po. Tapos most of the time I'm the only girl. Tapos yun, ang mga kasama ko sila Sir Edward Pulayang, sila Kevin, sila Coach Kevin. Tapos kahit ako yung pinakamabagal mag-sprint, kahit ako yung pinakamaliit, I just keep on showing up and showing them that I'm willing to do whatever it takes to be there
and
to earn my spot.
And I think our comfort zone is, sige, we are among men, but we'll train with you. Alam mo yan? And I'm fine with it because para ma-push lang ako. Kasi pag may isa doon, pagpakita umarte sa akin, ayoko na umarte. Baka dalaw na kayo umarte. Parang sige, I want to, I think that's the advantage of training with the other gender din. Kasi you always want to push yourself a little further because you don't want to be yung pabigat,
yes,
yung pahuli. Ayoko niya.
Yung napapansin.
Ayoko, hihintayin mo ako. Hindi, mauna ka. Magkikita tayo doon.
Innate wanting to prove something na parang kaya ko rin.
Sabi mo ako. Sige.
Kaya ko rin.
Tama, oo.
Yeah.
Yes. And yung feeling na wala kang pakialam even if it's, parang you're not embarrassed to be a beginner or you're not embarrassed to be the last one dun sa sprinting line. Basta you do it, you just deliver.
That's right.
Women athletes out there or girls who want to train sports, well, you've heard Miss Karen and her invaluable advice na at the end of the day, it doesn't matter as long as you try. Because if you don't start something, if you don't try, well...
And even your victories, it doesn't matter. Your failure, it doesn't matter. Kasi tayo parang nandito tayo na we get stuck with our victory. Wait, meron pa dito Meron pa So your victory now, it doesn't matter because there's more. There's something more pa. You can push yourself further.
Being the best version of yourself.
Yeah.
And even just the journey of training, that's such a gift, di ba? Hindi naman lahat ng tao nakaka-training. Like
That's
us
right.
na parang have the privilege to push ourselves and to know yourself, di ba?
Yes.
In the process. Ayun.
Yeah. That's why I think there should be more, we should encourage, I always say when I start my international conversation, sports is part of nation building, especially for young girls. Especially for young girls. But we take it for granted.
Sana nga po, sa schools, like, there's more, choices in terms of like what sport.
Cheska Altamonte, he started with baseball. She was the only girl in that team. We don't provide enough opportunity for young girls. to get into sports. When in fact, yung effect nun sa psyche ng batang babae, long term, we contribute a lot to nation building as women.
The times have changed.
Yeah.
We're not just housewives.
We're not just, yes, we're not.
Kahit mga housewives nag-online selling, matidiscard
We're not just mothers. We're not just mothers. Like, if you're a mother, dapat ganito ka lang. Pag housewife ka lang, dapat ganito ka lang. No. I'm a lot of things and more.
Opo. Sana nga. I mean, sa schools, it really starts in the schools, no? If they introduce, like, for example, combat sport, it's not being introduced in a lot of schools. So, ang choice mo lang is either basketball or football. But then
And
you find...
sa Olympic movement, mas dapat nag-invest tayo sa individual combat sports because that's where we're good at. We're good in, with team sport like softball. Our lady softball is just amazing, to name a few. But in the recent years, we have Nesty. Diba? We have Annie, we have Maggie, we have Heidi, we have Marjorie.
Also.
Diba? So why not invest on individual sports, contact sports for women?
Yes.
Medyo tutok na ang litid ko kakasabi sa kanila na mag-invest kayo sa batang babae individual sports. Because very liberal tayo in this side of Southeast Asia.
And
very
I think
open. So we're more open and we have more opportunities. So there's actually more avenues to invest in. Yeah.
And actually,
thank you
po.
For paving the way for women like us. So I guess with most of the women coming together, our voices put together, we are able to put in a more louder and get to a wider range of audience sa pagpapalaganap ng sports sa mga kababaihan, lalo na sa mga bata. Kasi, like, sabihin na natin, yung mga nasa far-flung areas, minsan, yun ang source of hope nila diba? Nakikita natin, kunwari, sa mga, di ba, meron sa Afghanistan, parang to cope dun sa PTSD ng mga bata, nagsusport sila
That's
diba?
true.
I can't afford a psychiatrist, mag-sports muna tayo just to get through. Diba?
And it's proven that sports helps din talaga alleviate the symptoms of PTSD. And kahit dito sa bansa natin, like halimbawa, mga taga Iloilo magaling sa boxing, sa Baguio magagaling sa combat sports, mag-wushu, ganyan, mag-muay thai. So we've seen it work So I think it just takes collaboration and concentrated effort from the part of all the...
Imagine what it does for a woman's or little girl's self-esteem. She's actually good for, at something. She's brilliant at something. It doesn't have to be ballet, it doesn't have to be school, but she's good at something. And she's empowered. Kaya nga parang I stick by my sports is part of nation building, especially for young women, especially for young girls. Diba? And we tend to take that for granted. Because we box girls, nag-box tayo into certain stereotype.
Tapos there's once we come to the new normal already, that we get to encourage more women, more girls, and also mothers with the initiative to put their children into sports.
Actually, there is a program by Miss Cynthia Carion sa POC Women in Sports. It's like me and my champ. It's really empowering moms to get their children into sports. Not just their daughters, but their sons as well. It starts with moms. The same way we decide for whatever our children eat, whatever we put on the table. It starts with mothers. That consciousness, diba? That consciousness.
Tapos, I think it will help then, like with you then, Miss Karen, when they hear your story, there's more women to look up to, and there's more role models like you and like Maggie, like Gina Inyong, Gretchen Abaniel, all those women who are breaking the barriers and parang hindi mo maikakahon sa isang category lang. And pwedeng maging ganyan yung anak ko. Kasi limited na rin yung, I guess, mga role models that are presented to us, di ba?
Yes. And there's this campaign called You Can't Be What You Can't See.
Oh, wow.
Diba? Parang for a little girl, how can I be a boxing world champion? Is there someone out there like me?
Parang aspirational siya eh.
Yes, we can't be what we can't see, right? Mapa-athlete, mapa-coach, mapa-technical official, mapa-sports leader, diba? So we become what we want our daughters, our nieces, to become, diba? We have to be comfortable in our own skin at some point. And we have to be our biggest cheerleader, Cara.
Of course.
Yes.
Nobody will tell us we're fabulous and wonderful but ourselves.
Totoo. Speaking of which, bago ako nag-wrestling, dati nasa cheering squad ako, labo.
Di ba?
Labo. Di ba? Tapos parang at the end of it, nandun ka sa cheering squad. So, paano ka napunta sa wrestling? Kasi dati, pinagbubuhat na ako doon. So, since pinagbubuhat nila, kung kaya ko pa. Medyo drastic yung
Diba?
shift.
So, mas masaya ka ba ngayon na naging wrestler ka kaysa nag-stick ka sa iyong cheerleading career?
It's two different things eh. Pero I think it's complementary kasi hindi ko pa realize na kaya kong magbuhat kung hindi ako ginawang base ng pyramid. So, yan yung ko na, kaya ko naman to eh. Kasi ilang tao nga nasa taas ng pyramid, nabuhat ko. Ito pa kayang isang tao. So, diba?
Nagsakal.
Thank you for the very fun interview, Miss Karen.
Yes.
And come to our challenge portion. No?
Yes.
Correct na pa, Miss Karen. Last week, si Chairman Baham, pinakain namin ng pulveron eh. Tapos, pinag-tongue twister namin. Ngayon naman, si Miss Karen, our challenge will be, the Kilay Challenge. So, very important ang pagkilay ngayong panahon ng pandemic kasi ang naka-expose lang ng ating beautiful eyes.
True.
So, the challenge is, we will be blindfolding ourselves, me, Rika, and Miss Karen.
Yes.
In 30 minutes, yan, wala akong kilay ngayon dahil nasa challenge natin. Sino ang magiging, may pinakamagandang kilay na naka-blind?
Okay, I'll blindfold myself. Wait lang.
Talagang ang concept kasi may
Shit, man.
Frontliner ka talaga, Miga. Talagang mask ang iyong
wala na
frontliner.
eyeliner. Frontliner with the eyeliner.
True.
Okay, game.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
Puta. Alam mo, I've always been Helga back in the day.
Helga.
Kaya si Hey Arnold.
Thank you. Okay.
Close up.
Ganda mo, Migo. Parang si Winter yung nagkilay sa'yo. Ay, si Miss Karen, maganda pa rin.
Ganda pa rin. Winner.
Alam mo, cheat na tayo dyan kasi nakano ako. Helga na ako ever since. So, unibrow talaga ako.
Mm-hmm.
So, tinatanggal lang yan.
Shredded ba
Metallic
ang
ka
tawag
pala,
doon?
Miss Karen. Aside from being a strong
Yes!
woman, kaya mong magkilay na lang
Magkilay
ang blindfold.
Magkilay ng blindfold.
Sabi
Hoy,
ko,
nag-iba mukha mo, Kara, in fairness. Wala ka palang kilay earlier.
Wala. Grabe. Si Rika na naman.
Shields,
Oo nga.
Mare.
Rika, kamukha mo na si Bong Revilla.
Diba? Sasayaw ba ako?
Kaya wag mo dance.
Please don't do that.
Thank you very much, Karen, for the fun interview. We had a lot of insight with regards to your life as a superwoman or the Dragon Lady of Philippine sports and the projects that women and children, and girls can look forward to. And once the pandemic ends, we hope that more women and more girls get to join sports, so we can make, as we've said a while ago, we have to make our voices louder.
Yes. Sports Sisterhood. Thank you so much, Rika and Kara, for
Thank
the
you, Miss
opportunity. Thanks,
last-
Eric.
Sa last portion po kasi ng Slambook, di ba may dedication? So we'd like to know if you have a message to your followers and fans and to the young girls out there who'd like to try out sports.
Dear Filipina athlete, be brave. Because it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter, and it's gonna be okay. It's gonna be okay. Just be brave and do what you have to do, unapologetically. Love, Karen.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Miss Karen, ang ating
Thanks,
bagong
Rika.
new role model ng mga kababaihan.
Abangan niyo
Don't
po
really want that.
book at bookstore. Maraming salamat po.
Thank you, Miss Karen.
Thank you. Thank you, girls and Eric.
Good night.
Good
Good
night,
night.
Miss
Thank
Karen.
you. Take care.
Have a good night.
Bye. Bye-bye.
Mga miga ng sports, maraming salamat. Sinamahan nyo na naman kami sa isang episode ng Slambook dito sa Sports on Air. So nakita nyo naman si Miss Karen Caballero, strong woman ng Philippine sports o Dragon Lady ng Philippine sports. So hopefully ma-inspire pa kayo o ma-inspire kayo na yung mga anak nyo later on, you get them involved with sports dun sa mga na-discuss namin na effects nga ng sports sa young girls and also to teenage athletes.
Yes, we appreciate your comments sa aming show. Maraming salamat sa mga masugid naming taga-subaybay at talaga namang nanonood ng mga Slambook episodes. And you can leave your comments also on this on the comment section and makipagkulitan kayo sa amin, and you can suggest then also challenges that you want us to do, you want us to interview us with. And
Sino ba mga gusto nyong makilala up close and personal?
yes.
So, hindi lang siya limited sa fight sports. Sino ang mga idol nyo sa sports na gusto nyong makilala pa at malaman kung anong tawag sa kanila nung bata sila?
Actually, Miga, kasi sa totoo lang, ang dami nating malalaman din about the habits and the kind of person our sports personalities are. With these questions, di ba? Yun naman talaga yung nag-create ng kung anong klase kang atleta, di ba? Kung paano ka pinalaki.
Ano ka ba sa
Oo.
bahay? Si Rika, ang baby dynamite. Ano ba siya sa bahay, di ba?
Yes,
Bang kinakain niya? Ano bang favorite food niya? Di ba nga meron ng mga details si Miss Karen na medyo super, intimate details about family life. So,
Totoo.
yun po. Sino pa ang mga idols nyo na gusto nyong makilala pa lalo or malaman ng mga chismis sa buhay nila? I-comment nyo lang po at next week, sana samahan nyo ulit kami sa Slambook dito sa Sports on Air.
Thank you for watching. Click the subscribe button and ring the bell to be notified with our latest videos.